This is Travis,
Steve,
and Alan.
And we're the Briars. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the ETX ROCKS Show with the Harvest Moon Bluegrass.
This is Boston Chris with another great episode of the ETX ROCKS Show.
Louise here.
Descript. Featuring all genres and styles of entertainment.
And coming to from the ETX ROCKS. Let's hear it from Louise, please.
From the unheralded and unheard to the legends and beyond.
Out of the box with ETX ROCKS.
It's awesome.
We keep them coming.
$5, that's pocket change.
Well, hey, y'all, this is Haley McDaniel. Are y'all ready for this?
ETX ROCKS Show is the greatest show of all time, okay?
We are ETX ROCKS.
The ETX ROCKS Show is the best show of all time, say? The other shows, you're good, you're real good. As long as we're around, you'll be second best, say?
Cut.
Hey y'all, this is T. Graham Brown. Thanks for tuning in to the ETX ROCKS Show.
From the great state of Texas, this is the latest episode of the ETX ROCKS Show. Nestled in the piney woods of East Texas, the ETX ROCKS Show delivers the stories and songs of talented artists of all genres, all styles, from the unheralded and unheard to the legends and beyond. We bring a passion for music and a drive to go behind the curtain with our guests. We focus on all artists, from LA to New York, Nashville to Texas, and everywhere in between. ETX is our location, not a limitation. As always, it's viewers and listeners like you out there that are our biggest support for the show. If you want to contribute to the show, please do so by donating to www.paypal.me/ETX ROCKS, and thank you for tuning in. Now, you guys are tuned into the 210th episode of the ETX ROCKS Show. We're very proud to be an all-genre show, and in that vein, we are excited to present one of the best bluegrass and country bands in the East Texas area during this show. Fred, Sheila, and Brian met in church and became members of the award-winning Bethlehem Bluegrass Band. Now, due to their passion for music and wanting to play more shows when their band wasn't available, they started Harvest Moon Bluegrass and started playing venues of all types. Guys, we are very excited to introduce y'all to Harvest Moon Bluegrass in this episode. And the very first song that they're going to play for us in this episode is an old, great country song called Jolene. I know everybody out there has heard this, but check out Harvest Moon Bluegrass's version of Jolene. All right, guys, so we are back with Harvest Moon Bluegrass, and you guys just heard Jolene. We want to thank Eastgate for sponsoring this episode, and y'all check them out right here.
Hey guys, this is Louise with the ETX ROCKS Show. Are you looking for a high-energy rock band for your club or party? Well, look no further than our friends from the band Eastgate. Eastgate is ready to perform wherever you need them. With original material and their own unique spin on carefully selected cover tunes, Eastgate brings an awesome experience for up to a 4-hour set. Book them at www.eastgaterockband.com. Again, that's www.eastgaterockband.com.
All right, so we are back. This is episode number 210. We definitely want to thank Eastgate for sponsoring this episode and making us one of the coolest decals ever for our car. It's not on there yet, but hopefully real soon we'll have some time to do that. But if you see us around town in the ETX ROCKS box, make sure you come say hi. If you're wondering, we have a Nissan box fan. Let's call it the ETX ROCKS box. That's 'cause we're real clever. But anyway, it's episode 210. We're in season 3. It's almost Christmas time. We're 3 days out from Christmas. Okay, so tell me who the members of the band are.
Great. Well, this is Sheila Small, Brian Dearborn. We have Chad Nevels on the drum, and Fred Gebhardt.
So Chad could not be here because he had like a hot date or something. I know that he was in the songs, and he's at the beginning of the episode and the end of the episode, but he's gone. We made him disappear. So what's up with these percussionists nowadays?
Well, he's got 2 little babies at the house, and,
Right.
and he's helping his wife out.
Yeah, I had to give Chad some crap. And you play fiddle, acoustic guitar, and vocals, and your vocals as well.
Yes.
And you play bass.
Yep. And vocals.
And vocals. So you were the harmony in that in the songs that we're going to hear tonight.
Yeah.
Very cool. And now you guys met in church. So I know a lot of music starts in the church. So tell us how you transitioned from just being, playing in church, and then the chemistry kind of goes beyond the church walls.
Yeah, these guys have played together longer than when I came into the picture about 11 years ago, almost 11 years ago.
Wow.
So
you guys have known each other a minute.
We've known each other for a long time, yeah. And because we couldn't always, with the other group, we couldn't always accept every offer to come play, we thought it'd be neat to have an alternative band to come and play. And we like doing like dances and different venues like that. So we wanted to open up a little bit more than just our gospel bluegrass and do some country and other things like that.
So it was just, the first band, had a lot. I mean, you guys were an award-winning band, but you weren't playing enough. You guys wanted to play more, which is awesome. That shows the passion level for music.
We just played yesterday at church together with the Bethlehem Bluegrass Band.
Right. Yeah. And is that what you guys mostly play, is like churches and festivals? And
the Bethlehem Bluegrass Band plays the Highway 80 Mission.
Right.
We won an award at a festival contest, and then we played a festival in Dallas with Wiley, and then we're going to be at the Lone Star Fest coming up in April. So
yeah, and there's definitely a lot of room for that kind of thing here in East Texas and Texas in general. The festival circuit is so big in this state, and Opry's too. I mean, you get the Opry's and churches, and I think people out there, especially on my show, I mean, a lot of times we don't get to talk about this style of music and those kind of venues on this show. So it's always a cool introspective to see that side of things. What's it like? I know a lot of bands, and especially bluegrass, gospel type bands, go church to church, Opry to Opry. Do you guys want to play outside of that as well, or is it just what you get?
Well, now, as this group, that is what we get. We do pretty much everything outside of that.
Right.
The church group, we tend to play at the church events and that kind of thing.
Occasionally, we still have a gospel bluegrass that we can do, and if if our other band is not available, we'll step in and say, hey, we can come fill in for that.
So there's just more availability there.
Right.
And you guys are also very traditional sounding country as well, which is really lost in really everywhere nowadays. You know,
that's what we've started to become. We found that we can take old classic country songs that are forgotten, and bluegrass songs, and kind of add electric guitar and drums to them, and they become great dance tunes, and people really enjoy.
Kind of spruce them up and turn them into those barn dance type songs.
That's it. Yes, sir.
Just put our spin on them.
Right. And I mean, how old are you, Brian?
41.
Oh, so all right. So we're about the same age. I turned 41. Well, in like 5 days.
All right.
Happy birthday.
It's just a number, man. It's just a number.
No, it's not. That derailed the whole thing, and just realized how old I am. All right, back on track. So, who are some of you guys' musical influences growing up?
Wow, Dolly Parton is my hero.
Of course, yeah.
And just, I was a child of the 70s, so I heard all that wonderful music from, you know, James Taylor to, you know, Leonard Skinner and Waylon Jennings, and there was just so much awesome music back then. It's hard to pinpoint, but I sang. I was in a musical family, and my mother was a strong singer, so she was really more, the more I think about it, she was really the inspiration for the way I sing and my styling. I picked up stuff from what I heard, but her heart that she put into when she sang is what I feel like I picked up from her.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So what about you, Fred and Brian? Who are some of your influences?
Well, I'm from West Virginia.
Okay.
So I grew up in Huntington, West Virginia, listening to bluegrass, and my dad used to, he plays the electric guitar and the lap steel, and I grew up sitting in basements so smoky you couldn't see your hand in front of you, playing with him. So just the old bluegrass tunes, I love them.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
I would not have pegged you from West Virginia. You sound so. How long have you been here?
I came here when I was 18 for a few years and went back home, and then we moved here about 2001.
Oh, same year I moved here. Very cool. So who are some of your influences, Brian?
Well, mine's a little different than
I figured as much.
I grew up in a rather conservative home, so
okay.
I grew up listening to like Steve Green. I don't know if you guys know who Steve Green is, but I love Steve Green. He's a tenor, Christian tenor singer, and a lot of Southern gospel. Dad was in a Southern gospel quartet, and we would go to all these little. We'd sing at a lot of, or they'd sing at a lot of churches in the area, and we'd have bigger groups come in, and they'd sing for them. So that's the bulk of my growing up. My musical inspiration was all Southern gospel stuff.
So church really is the foundation for this band.
Oh, absolutely.
You would say.
Absolutely. Jesus is the foundation.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I think all three of us would agree that our gospel music, if we had to choose between doing that and doing what we did tonight, we would choose the gospel music.
Right.
Because that's our heart. Yeah.
Right. And that's the way it should be anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know that, Fred, I've recognized you from playing a couple of shows with Cody.
Yeah, Cody Wayne.
And a heck of a fiddle player.
Well, thank you
I really
very much.
enjoy what you do. But I know that Cody's a big fan of yours and vice versa. He's kind of taught you the ropes a little bit about music around here, right?
Absolutely, sir. I respect him dearly. Texted him a couple of days ago asking him some questions about the mixer and things, and he texted me right back. And he amazes me how he can mix sound, and he's just so professional, and then on top of that, so humble and kind. And I'm just I wear these guys out talking about Cody because
weird. Well, Cody doesn't like this.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I learned this from Cody.
That's exactly right. I'm just a huge fan.
Well, I think it's cool too. Like, I'm just sitting here watching you guys perform in the living room here, and I can see so much happiness in you when you're playing. I mean, there's so much joy in your face when you hear music. It's hard to fake that. It's really fun to see that, and it definitely wears off on the rest of the people around you too. I think
Well, great.
And you guys haven't known each other for so long. I can imagine that that it's got to be contagious, right? Just his passion level.
Well,
thank you. It is. He's definitely passionate.
Fred is a huge encourager.
Right.
To everyone. He always is. Yeah.
Thank you.
So would you guys say that the goal here is just to play as many places you can, as many people as you can, or are you actually going to make time to write those originals?
Yeah, well, that's a goal of mine, is to get some original things. Most of the things that I've written have been gospel, so
right.
It's a new thing learning to write something outside that box.
Right.
But I've got some ideas of some songs. I have lots of ideas for songs, and cool chord progressions and stuff I like to try. But I just matching them up with the lyrics and everything.
Right.
So
it's hard to find time
exactly
to do all of that.
Yes, I have two. I have a teenager and an almost teenager. Next year he'll be a teenager, so they keep me busy too.
Oh yeah, well I feel your pain there. Yeah. We're a blended family with 6 children.
Oh wow!
Between the ages of 13 and 21.
Wow.
And 4 of them are still home. And and they're all teenagers. So I feel your pain.
We'll pray for you.
Yes, pray a lot, and again, paypal.me/ETX ROCKS.
Exactly.
Mama needs a new pair of shoes.
Sheila's the artist in this band. She knows how to put the songs together. She knows, how to when we should take breaks, who should do what. She just has an ear for it, and the songs that she's written. Not only are the words unique, but the music is totally unique. It's just amazing.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I love how, again, like I said, I've only seen y'all play here in the living room, but I just love how you guys pick each other up musically, and there's so much blend to it, it makes those old songs just have new life again. It's like breathing new life into them. And I for one hope more people will come to your page, and we'll definitely talk more about promotion here at the end of the episode. But Harvest Moon Bluegrass is something that we really need here in East Texas. Now, how much do you split between bluegrass and country? Because I know you played a couple of country songs here today, but how much bluegrass do you guys actually play as well?
It's probably almost half.
Mm-hmm.
Half and half. We do some Flat and Scruggs old stuff that I heard. I have an album of Dolly Parton. She did her bluegrass album, and she did Sleep with One Eye Open and Cash on the Barrelhead and stuff like that, and I love to sing those songs.
CD. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's an awesome CD, and
do Alison Krauss?
Alison Krauss, Oh Atlanta, and just.
And then I love fiddle music.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
I'm involved with the
West Virginia.
That's it. That's it. I'm a member of.
I'm surprised you don't yodel.
I'm a member of the Texas Old-time Fiddlers Association, and I teach fiddle, and I take my kids to the contests and stuff, and I love that stuff. So we do a few fiddle tunes. We do Orange Blossom Special. We do names escape me right now, but all kinds of just old-time fiddle tunes.
Right. And how hard? I imagine all of y'all have families and life outside of music as well. How hard is it for you to balance the two? Family life and also having this little music thing as well.
Well, thankfully, I think all our spouses are very supportive. Very supportive of whatever we want to do. I mean, they.
Right.
I know mine. I can certainly speak for. I mean, she'll do whatever she can do or what she needs to do with the kids. To make sure I'm available.
So important, isn't it?
Oh
man,
it
is definitely.
It's very important.
We love Bethany Dearborn.
Yes, we do. And my husband has been equally. I mean, and he's been after me to do something like this since we got married. Why aren't you doing something?
Right.
Why can't you do this?
That's
so
right.
that's we finally got to a point. Fred and I said, we're not getting any younger, so if we were going to do this, we need to do it because we talked about it for a long time.
And you have a great voice.
Oh, thank you.
Just beautiful. It's so full of what's the word? Like pureness. It's completely traditional country. And anybody who's watching out there, if they're following along with this show a lot, I'm a huge traditional sounding country music fan. anti-Nashville. God bless you.
And we would certainly be remiss talking about spouses not to mention Vivian. And
yes. Fred's wife Vivian.
Fred's wife Vivian. Yeah.
I'm fortunate that my kids are all raised. My youngest is 25, and my wife is 100% with me on this. We've invested our savings into this. She provides lunch or dinner for the groups all the time.
She's a huge
She lets me tear my living room completely apart for practice. And
well, look at my living room right now. You know what I'm saying? So I have a good woman as well, believe me.
That's right.
Yeah. She's usually the one putting it together for us too, which is the crazy thing. I mean, without our better half, that I always call it that, but the ones in the background, man, we couldn't do what we do without them. You know?
No way.
It's very true.
Okay.
Makes it a lot less stressful when there's support at home.
Absolutely, without having to worry about little things.
And there's those discouraging times when your spouse encourages you.
Right.
And mine does. She
or if
doesn't.
you're feeling down, or
right.
just that something doesn't sound or feel right, or
That's
whatever, and just having that support is incredible.
After every show, the long drive home, my wife, she doesn't sugarcoat it. She tells me what happened and what happened, but she's always encouraged. That's what I need. I need somebody to tell me really what happened.
Yep.
Not the nice things people say.
Right.
I need to hear the real truth.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And family's important, but I know that it can be hard, to not just keep them separate, but also having everybody on board. Because I mean, musicians are crazy in that usually music is the first love a lot of times, and a lot of other people can't figure that out. I don't know if that makes sense.
It does.
Yes.
That's right. All right, so we are sitting here talking with Harvest Moon Bluegrass, but not for long, because we have just found out that they are actually changing their name. So tell us what the new name is and what has brought about the change in philosophy.
Well, we started out wanting to do more bluegrass and hoping to do some bluegrass festivals, and we still hope to do that. But we started out doing a barn dance.
Right.
And so we needed some dance tunes, and there's a lot of good country dance songs. So, and we have huge love for country music as well. So we started doing a lot of country songs that you could dance to, and so it was like we kind of combined the bluegrass and the country and came up with country grass.
So now they're Harvest Moon Country Grass.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
But we don't want to cut ourselves out of bluegrass festivals, because we can set the drum aside and the electric guitar aside and go to acoustic, and our drummer has taken up mandolin.
Really?
So we can we love bluegrass, and we can throw that out there, or we just feel like we have found a niche that no one is doing. And we're enjoying it and having fun with it.
And I completely agree. Like, there's nobody doing what you guys are doing here in the area. And honestly, that's why I wanted y'all on, because we're looking for different and unique. And I think people out there need to know what's happening in their own backyard.
Right.
And Harvest Moon Country Grass exists, so that's why you're here.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so we're going to be right back with more from Harvest Moon Country Grass right after this, and we might just play.
How y'all doing? This is Doug Supernon. Thank you for tuning in to ETX Rocks.
All right, guys, we are back with Harvest Moon Country Grass. Just like that, they changed mid-show. We'll explain that earlier in the show. Just rewind. But as you guys know out there, we like to play a game with our guests if you've tuned in more than once. And I think what we're going to do this week, because we're just brutally bad to our guests, is we're going to play What the Heck. And just to let you guys know how this works is I'm going to ask you guys 10 questions that make absolutely no sense. And you guys have to give me the first thing that pops into your head. And Sheila's looking at me like, is this PG? Yes, completely PG. I'm not going to ask you anything R-rated or anything like that. So, are you guys ready to play What the Heck?
Do we need a seatbelt?
I don't know. I might need a seatbelt. All right, so number one of What the Heck. On a scale of 1 to 10, how annoying do you find baby pictures on social media?
It stops at 10.
Yes.
Well, it's Christmas. There can be some cute Christmas ones. I'll put it at 9 for now.
That's good.
9?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Fred?
Nope, 9.
Yeah. Pretty annoying. Wow. Don't be sending any baby pictures to Harvest Moon Country.
Not that we don't love babies.
All right, number 2. On average, how many times a week do you hurt yourself attempting to dance in the shower?
Never.
0.
Just not dancers.
Not in the shower.
Not ever. I got 2 left feet.
All right, number 3. Okay, so you can pick anybody in the world, famous, alive or dead, to be stranded on a deserted island with. So who is that person? And then tell me 3 items you would need to keep that person entertained.
Wow.
While our spouses are seeing this, we should probably include
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, no Kate Upton.
Can't be our spouse.
Right. Kate Upton, whipped cream.
Oh.
No. We're leaving PG awful fast.
Hey, I just like whipped cream.
True.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is a tough question.
It is, but I think you're right. I think Vivian was who I want to be with.
Yeah.
Who?
You know, my wife.
She's not famous.
It has to be a famous person?
Yes, it has to be a famous person.
Okay.
Yeah,
famous.
There were 3 rules, I think, and I missed one.
Yeah.
Man, that is tough.
It is tough.
So one of y'all pick the famous person, and then you can each pick one item to entertain that famous.
Do you know anybody famous? Stranded on an island.
Stranded. Well,
with a famous person. I know, but it's very difficult.
one of those survival guys.
Yeah, somebody who could keep you alive on the island.
Yeah,
now we're thinking logically. So like Bear Grylls.
Bear Grylls, that'd be
Yeah.
He could certainly keep that, but I don't know what it would take to entertain someone like that. Might be kind of concerned. Yeah.
I think I'd have to have some chapstick or something.
Alright, so chapstick. I don't know how Bear Grylls is being entertained by chapstick, but I'm sure you can figure it out.
We gotta have a fiddle.
Alright, so we got chapstick and a fiddle. Brian, what's your choice?
My bass guitar.
That's it.
Wow.
Yep.
Chapstick is the only one that's like not like the others.
Have to have
We're gonna play that little old. We're gonna play that old Sesame Street song.
That's what I'm thinking. Which one?
These things is not like the others.
And we could find something to make an instrument out of.
Well, this is true.
All right, number 4. When cheese gets its picture taken, what does it say?
That is
Norris.
funny.
Chuck Norris. Perfect. Moving on. All right, number 5. Why does Goofy stand on 2 legs, but Pluto stands on all 4s?
Yeah.
But they're both dogs.
Yeah.
This is true. Well, because he's goofy. I mean, hello.
That is a goofy
He
thing to
doesn't
do.
know any better.
Yeah.
It's just natural.
A funny thing, my daughter was in love with Goofy when she was like 3 or 4 years old. She had a Goofy doll. And when she got in trouble, that was her punishment. I would take Goofy away and she would cry. And I mentioned to her that he was a dog. And she, when it was in tears, he is not a dog. And I said, well, he's a dog or a coyote. He's not a coyote. She thought I was saying, she would say coyote. So, yeah. He must have just been so goofy he stood on.
And that's what we're looking for is stories like that. So now her daughter's going to hate her.
Yes.
Hashtag daughter hate. All right, number 6. How violently do you have to fight the urge to scream when you hear an ice cream truck coming?
Well, my problem is chasing after them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's more of an issue than...
Especially if you're screaming your head off, you know, you're probably going to lose some oxygen at some point.
I'm just yelling at the kids to keep up.
Get off your tricycle!
That's what they outrun me.
Yeah. So at least we all remember ice cream trucks. For you people out there that are younger than 30, an ice cream truck is a vehicle that used to sell ice cream and made really cool music. All right, number 7. A penguin walks through this door right now wearing a sombrero. Why is he here and what does he say?
Why is he here and what does he say? Well, he's here because he saw the weather we've been having.
Really cold.
Yeah. What does he say? I'll leave
Well,
that to you.
he had the sombrero on because he's from...
Hola! ¿Cómo estás?
From the South Pole.
She was going to say he's got the sombrero because he's from Mexico. Then she realized penguins don't come from Mexico.
Yeah.
She stopped her answer.
He stopped there on his way up.
It's
one of those South
It's a
Pole
tourist penguin.
Yes.
He's on his way to Nashville. He's going to sing a Luke Bryan song. All right, number 8. Now, you're a cannibal. You have to pretend you're a cannibal. Just for a minute. Just to answer this question. Do you think clowns would taste funny?
Yes.
Well, they'd probably be first on the list to go.
Is that because they're the easiest to catch? Or?
Creepy.
It'd be the easiest group decision to come up with a consensus. Mime yourself out of this pot.
Except for rodeo clowns. They're all there.
Wow. You're profiling, Fred. Oh, man. All right, number 9. If a parsley farmer loses a lawsuit, do you think they garnish his wages?
They probably have to parse out the property.
Amazing.
We sent the drummer home too early.
Chad.
All right, number 10, last one. You guys have been good sports, so I'm going to take it easy on you for the 10th one. And since you're all Christians, I think you'll get a kick out of this one. So, if evolution were true, then how did the sloth make the cut?
How did the sloth make the... Because he was... Evolution was true.
Yeah.
How did the sloth...
Yeah. How is it still around? He's the slowest thing on the planet, just about.
Maybe that's why. Yeah. He hasn't evolved yet.
Evolution took pity upon the poor creature.
What about platypus?
Or actually, it couldn't wait for it.
Or is it platypi?
Yeah. And pie is something that Miss Vivian always has for us at practice.
There you go. There you go.
Bringing it full circle here.
It's very cool. Is it platypi? I want to be politically correct.
Platypus.
Huh?
I think it's like
you say moose.
Like one moose,
yeah,
two moose.
Or deer.
What is this, a Dr. Seuss book? One
it's
moose,
plural.
two moose.
It's plural.
I can't believe that went right over my head.
All right, guys, that was What the Heck with Harvest Moon Country Grass, Bluegrass, by whatever grass. Anything but doom grass, which is like heavy metal bluegrass. That's a thing.
Hey,
really?
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
We've had one on the show.
Really?
They were cowpunk doom grass.
We got effects pedals. Let's make it happen.
I would love to see Sheila play those songs. That would be cool. Be like Patsy Cline singing like death metal. We could find a venue.
I'm sure we could.
Right.
I'm sure we could.
Sure.
All right, so guys, we'll be right back. Harvest Moon Bluegrass / Country Grass is going to sing one more song for us. This is called Just Call Me Lonesome. So y'all check this out, and we'll be right back to finish up with Harvest Moon Bluegrass.
Just call me lonesome, heartbroken when it's done, 'cause I ain't got no more since you've been gone. You call me baby, now I've got a new name. Don't need my own one, call me lonesome from now on.
guys, so that was Just Call Me Lonesome, an awesome version of a very cool old-time country song. So, you know, for folks who might be hearing about you guys for the first time, where can they follow along with y'all on social media and stuff like that?
HarvestMoonBluegrass.com.
Okay.
Or you can also find us on Facebook at Harvest Moon Bluegrass.
Is that it? Just Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're on Facebook at Harvest Moon Bluegrass.
Right.
And then we have our own website, HarvestMoonBluegrass.com.
Which is going to have to change now that you're in the band.
It may have to change. We've discussed that. Yes.
Redirect.
Yeah.
So, HarvestMoonBluegrass.com. And so that's going to have all your dates on there and places you're playing and stuff like that. Is there any plans to make some music? Like record some music soon?
We sure do. We feel like that we'd like to get some of Sheila's originals out.
Yeah.
And we definitely want to include those in a CD that we would make. And then we'll do some of the numbers that we've done tonight.
Very cool. Yeah. So you guys make sure you're following along with Harvest Moon Bluegrass. It's harvestmoonbluegrass.com. They're also Harvest Moon Bluegrass on Facebook. Make sure you get there quick before they change the name on you. Then you won't be able to find them anymore. But if you're watching this way later in like 2020 or something like that, they're probably country grass now. So harvestmoonCountrygrass.com.
And I forgot, that is real. HarvestMoonCountrygrass.com.
So
I've
you
already made
have
both.
Very
it just
cool.
goes to the same place.
Okay, cool. So I didn't just lie to a million people in case we become...
We already own it. Yeah, yeah, that'd be awful if like they go to that and it's like some horrible site. You know, what is it?
This is Doomgrass.
like Swedish, Swedish rock band or something. Oh yeah, welcome to the page.
That is funny. Oh, we own it. We own it. Good job. Why didn't you do that on the radio?
That'd be awesome. People would be like, "This is not who I just saw on YouTube. Who is Bjorn?"
Sheila changed her hair.
This is a punk rock Slavic band. Right, back on track.
Good luck.
You guys have been here 3 hours.
It's been a good 3 hours.
All right. If you're tuned into the ETX ROCKS Show for the first time, we definitely want to thank you guys very much for doing that. But make sure you follow along with us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We're located at ETX ROCKS. We're also pretty much ETX ROCKS everywhere on YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, all over the place. But wherever you are tuned in, please hit that subscribe or follow button, or even the like button if you're having a good time. If you want to donate to us, you can do that at paypal.me/ETXROCKS. And we just opened up a brand new Patreon account. That's patreon.com/ETXROCKS. And there you can pledge money monthly, whatever amount that you feel comfortable doing. And we definitely appreciate that. And just so you know, these donations, they go to improve our equipment. We have microphones now. We have lights, which is always cool. We're hoping not to have to sell any of our children or anything like that. If you haven't seen us around town, we have a van that gets 12 miles a gallon. So we could definitely use like 50 cents or so here and there. And you can do that at PayPal. We definitely want to thank you guys out there for tuning in. And as we always say on this show, we want to thank you guys out there for always supporting live music. And don't ever forget,
ETX rocks.
Howdy, folks. This is Aaron Watson.
This is Bree Bagwell.
This is Jake. And this is Walter from Rocky Queen.
This is Curtis Grimes, Monty Pittman.
This is Doug Supernon.
I'm Heather Little.
This is Rob Redwan.
Ho! Hey, folks, I'm WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Hey guys, I'm Katie Lynn, and make sure to tune in to ETX Rocks with
Boston Chris.
Hello, y'all. This is Ronnie Millsap, and thanks for tuning in to the ETX ROCKS Show.
Tough guy. Ho!
Hey guys, we're Blacktop Mojo, and thank you for tuning in to ETX Rocks.